Hello Captains, it's me TONIK and I'm here in Division with another very good friend of mine, Tollertag021, whose real name is Torsten. We took out the North Carolina and the Cossack in a 2-ship division, and this video is simply called Rolling a 6. Now, looking at the team build-ups here, it's a 5-6 game. There is a full 3-ship division out there of Hyuga, Leander and the Hatsuharu on red team, and it seems to be a fairly balanced game. A couple of destroyers, a few cruisers, and then some big guns just to round off the team sheet. Now, I've started the game a few seconds in because when you start sailing it's like 15-20 seconds of talking that I don't need to do, but we decide that we are going to push C cap. There are only 2 destroyers. It looks like one destroyer is heading straight for B rather than A, so I say, well, let's push C cap. We'll see what we can do there, and then we will see if we can push a flank. Now, the ships that did spawn here on sea, which was 2 battleships, they looked like they were deciding that they were going to head straight to B cap, and initially we were thinking this is just going to be one of those dumb games where everybody stacks up behind A cap, or behind B cap rather, and then we just end up with a stalemate with nobody able to take that cap, and it just goes to a bag of poop. Now we get the Hyuga spotted out there, so straight away we know we have got the division, and I have said this many times in other videos that where you have divisions in game, it is a very good idea to prioritize and target ships of that division, because you can be guaranteed, as Torsten and I are, that the division is communicating between themselves. They're likely in a party chat, talking amongst themselves, calling for fire on targets, and just communicating as the game goes. Now, obviously, I do run Twist and Track or Perceptive on all of my destroyers, and to me, it gives an advantage in gameplay because I know I've got a destroyer out here. If I wasn't running Twist and Track or Perceptive, I'd have no idea where he is, but that indicator is giving me his rough location. Now I'm on the cap, and he could come in and contest the cap. With it being a Hatsuharu, I know he's likely to be able to out-detect me. However, it looks like he's pushing hard and fast down this flank because he can probably see that there are 3 battleships behind me. He knows that there is a destroyer here. So what I'm going to do is drop a smoke screen here. There we go, look, torpedoes. And I'm going to move out of it. I'm also running my sonar because I was expecting torpedoes to be coming through the cap. Having successfully taken this cap, looking behind us, Torsten is there, and the 2 battleships that were running away have decided that they are actually going to turn around and follow us. So there's a lot of weight behind us, but it also means that they're in the centre of the map on B cap. We've got our cruisers there as we bump the Hatsuharu, and we're straight onto guns. Now we do still have sonar running. We know there's a Fiji out there. We know that there is a Hyuga. And so we are going to stay on that guy as long as we can. There's the torpedoes going out. This guy is hungry for damage and hungry for kills, but we are not going to give him the opportunity to do that to our team. So we are going to push him, because if we can take this destroyer out, he is the eyes for that division, and we get rid of him, and it changes the way that division has to play the game. Now, either this guy didn't realise that the Cossack has sonar, or he was feeling a little bit greedy, but we drop our torps on him. He's taking fire from elsewhere. He gets a couple of shots on us. He's jinking around, but if my guns hadn't killed him, then the torpedoes most certainly would. Now, my positioning and gameplay there as running down his smoke screen was to engage that destroyer, because I knew then that I could use his smoke screen to drop detection. So using the game mechanics to my advantage. And now we are going to push out, telling the guys that there's a smoke screen there. but there is the Fiji. So the fact that there's a smoke screen there means the Hugo is probably hiding behind it, because the Fiji, sorry, not the Fiji, the Leander has come out of it, and he is going to go back to port in the best way possible with a full send dev strike from Torsten. So that is 2 ships out of a 3-ship division accounted for. The last man standing in this division is a Hugo, and given that we haven't seen anything else, there is a shadow there in the north side of B cap, and that player is going to turn out to be AFK, and we all know that AFK stands for a free kill. It's not going to be me, and it's not going to be Torsten that gets that one, spoiler alert. But Mr. Hugo is now on his own. Hugo on it, with a division, somebody spotting for him, it can be a nasty, nasty battleship. But this guy is now stuck. He's on his own. He knows he's got a destroyer coming this way. He knows he's got 3 battleships coming this way. I'm using my torpedo indicator because I haven't got direct line of sight to him, just to see what he's doing. He is turning out and he's going away. He's got his tail between his legs and he is running for his life. Right, I do have a cup of tea on the go, so I'm going to take a sip every now and then before it goes cold. But I get spotted by the Hugo, but I want to be spotted by the Hugo because I want to start harassing him. Because what I want to do is try and bait him into firing his guns at me. Because if he does that, then he's not firing at Torsten, and he's not firing at either of the 2 battleships that are following us around. And yep, he's got AP loaded. Now, Hugo does have a reload booster, and if you do switch shell types while you're running that reload booster, it is a little bit like that perk that reduces the shell switching time when your guns are loaded. But he fires more AP at me. Torpedoes are running, and I'm thinking, I hate a torpedo from behind because they can see those things coming a mile off. But we do land a torpedo, we get a flood. So now, if we can get a fire, this guy is going to tick down. He starts turning into us. I pop my smoke, I'm going to drop detection. But he's turning broadside to 3 battleships. This is not going to end well for him at all. Kill number 2 for Torsten. Looking at the way the game's playing so far, we've got quite a decent advantage. We've gotten rid of 4 of red team ships, including a full division. The rest of the red team look to be way out there across on A cap. The guys who were on B and who are now at the south of A seem to have that under control. And we know that there is a battleship here. He appears to be AFK, and so we are going to push round and we're going to get rid of this guy as well. And we have completely rolled up this flank. We have got 2 caps to red team's 1 cap, and that is giving us the points advantage. We're killing more ships than they are. We're holding the caps. Our points are racking up at a huge rate of knots, but we aren't going to get it all our own way. I can't remember what I was looking at there on the screen, whether it was my torpedo range or something like that, but I flipped it up. It might have been my gun range, just to make sure that I can get a little bit of extra damage in on this one. And so this is more of a teaching video, an instructional, some tips and tricks. It's not about high damage. It's not about getting Krakens, high calibers, Confederates and all that kind of stuff. It's about how you can play, communicate, position, and by thinking about how you're going to play the game and how you're going to prioritize your targets, on how much easier it is to get a win for the team. Now, we lose 2 ships literally in the same second. There were 3 ships there to the south side of A cap, but 2 of them get absolutely clattered and taken out. We get a fire on that guy, but it is going to be the Mackinson who has been following around behind us like a lost little puppy dog, who is going to jump in and take that kill from us. So yeah, it could have been rolling a 7 this video, because the title kind of says it all, because we've got 3 kills between us and we're not going to finish there. There are 4 ships left. Excuse my sniffles, I'm a bit bunged up this morning. They're all across there on A cap. So having had the cap advantage, what we are going to do now is to defend B cap to prevent red team from pushing across onto it. And what it was really nice to see here at this stage of the game is you will see that the 2 battleships that were following us, even though they aren't in division, they've had a light bulb moment above their heads, and they are going to go to the south side of B cap and we are going to the north. So we are going to cover this cap from 2 directions. The last destroyer out here is an Asashio. I've got my sonar running as we run into this cap. The second that Torsten said that he was spotted, that's when I started running the sonar. It's a nice long sonar, so we know that there's a destroyer coming. There we go. I'm located, so looking at the other positions of blue team ships, I can work out roughly where he is likely to be, also using the twist and track or perceptive indicator. And then this happens. An Asashio, a Japanese stealthy ninja boat, pops up at 6.1 kilometers. It's only now that he gets me spotted. I've got my torps running on him. I imagine he's going to try and get his torpedoes at Torsten, but the guy's going to panic and he's going to pop his smoke, and I'm just going to put a few more shots into there and see if we can do a little bit more damage. We get a cap reset on him. We take a salvo that washes the decks from one of the cruisers, and I know these torpedoes are coming without a doubt, and running the sonar is going to give us the protection that we need from the potential of getting dev struck by a Japanese destroyer. Now this guy as well, because Torsten is spotted, he's going to pop his guns from the smoke screen, but he's low health. He does pick me up at 3 kilometers, and I think he's running 3 kilometer detection on that ship, but it's not going to help him, especially when I'm running sonar, and that's him out of the game. Torsten's got 3 kills, I've got 2 kills, and we are going to push in and annoy this Mackinson. Again, that destroyer has dropped a smoke screen. So I'm going to use that to drop detection, put a couple of salvos across to this Mackinson, and this Mackinson does appear to have had a very good game of it. Because before he dies, he's going to start running away. He is going to pick up himself a Confederate, which is at least 20% damage to at least 6 ships of our team. So he's been having a good game of it, but he's got nowhere to go now. He's got no support from the Graf, who is tucked away behind an island, and he knows he's got a destroyer running him down. He's got 2 battleships there to his flank, and I'm just going to try and keep annoying him again and try and draw some fire. But as we plop the shots, we get kill number 3 for ourselves. We get the win for the team right as we hit pretty much 1,000 points anyway. Only 41,000 damage, so not huge. We got a cap, some cap defense there. But Torsten and I topped the board with 3 kills apiece, which I think for a 2-ship division isn't too bad at all. So a few lessons to learn and a few things to think about from that replay. So let me know what you think in the comments of that one, and if you'd like to see a few more of these not awesome games, but a little bit of tips, tricks and teaching games. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Don't forget, smash the like button, leave me a comment, click one of these links. Goodbye for now.